G'day Tower Systems customers. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have been in Dubai earlier this week at the Retail Summit. This was a gathering of 800 business leaders, as they call them, to look at a post-pandemic world in the context of retail. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I just want to talk about this from the context of particularly the Tower System software and where that kind of sits with the narrative that came through from the conference. At this conference, you had leaders from big businesses, representatives from small businesses, from Europe, the UAE, the US, and Australia. And there was a lot of discussion about what post-pandemic retail looks like, not only in terms of speculation, but what the actual evidence tells us. And the thing that I actually wanted to share with you is, I guess, my surprise at how energized big business retail is in dealing with post-pandemic change. That is, they're focused very much on business data, making data-based decisions that come from the evidence that's represented in the data. And that struck a chord with me because that's what Tower does, in the sense that we provide the software, we provide the tool, we provide, if you like, the shovel. What you do with that shovel is completely up to you. And the conference reinforced how much big business relies on data for not only operating the businesses today, but planning 2 years, 5 years, 10 years out. A lot of the speakers at the conference talked about how this 2-year pandemic has seen, around 5 years worth of change occur within big business. And it made me think, I own local retail businesses. Have I evolved 5 years worth in the last 2 years? It's a really interesting question. But they then spoke to how that fits in the context of data. What data do you have about the inventory you sell, about what's working, what's not working, about what you're planning with your inventory? And it just made me think about it again in the context of our community of Tower customers, more than 3,000 small business retailers. Do you know today what your dead stock is in your shop? Businesses where we've challenged about that and we've gone and had a look at dead stock data for them, typically we see somewhere between 15 and 20% of stock is grossly underperforming. It's dead. It shouldn't be in the shop. And the typical response to that is, I have to do something with that. I have to quit the stock. I have to find something else to fill the space. Oh, it's just easier to do nothing. Now, thinking back to the Dubai conference, in big business, because they make emotionless decisions based on data, they typically don't have those scenarios play out in their businesses. Because in a corporate office somewhere, decisions are made about dead stock, and dead stock has moved on, and there's just a process. In our local small businesses, because it falls to us to do the work, and because maybe we don't have the capital that we think we might need to make the changes, we then think, oh, well, let's not go and turn over that rock to see what might be under it, because we don't necessarily want to see what's there. The pandemic has created a situation where our big business competitors are more energized than ever before. Far more energized than pre-pandemic. They are investing more than pre-pandemic in infrastructure, in new stock, in IT infrastructure particularly. And it did surprise me at how energized those representatives at the Dubai conference were about what they're doing. And I was going to say it worries me. I don't want to make it sound kind of that emotional. But yeah, look, it does worry me in the context that local small business retail is it's hard work, It's hard work and it's challenging, and you're on your own. You're doing this stuff on your own and fighting these battles on your own. And sometimes that feels so hard that you are not leveraging the data to make the right business decisions. I guess what I would say, based on what I've heard this week at the conference in Dubai, is those big business competitors that have bothered you are going to bother you a whole lot more. And so the best way to deal with that is to turn over that stone or that rock that you haven't wanted to turn over for a long time. Use the the POS software shovel that we create for you, and ask of the software, tell me what I don't know. What is my dead stock? What's my underperforming stock? When are my slowest hours in the shop? Who are the suppliers who are giving me the least return in my business? What are people buying with this? What are people buying with that? How efficient is each customer visit? How are my loyal customers more or less valuable than my non-loyal customers? How many times do I sell a single thing in a basket versus 2, versus 3, versus 4? Get that data and use that data to reinvigorate your business, to buttress your business, to strengthen your business, because they're coming after you. Big business is coming after you because they're arrogant enough to think that they can. And I guess I expected to see big business energized coming out of the pandemic, but I was surprised in Dubai at the extent to which they're energized. And I guess that's the key message for today. From a Tower Systems point of view, if you want us to look at your business reports and see what we see versus what you see, very happy to do that. That's a free service. We're happy to help very much with that sort of analysis. But I would say start yourself. There are some really simple reports that you can run within the software that give you these insights. These reports will help you make decisions that you can make today. One of the biggest challenges right now in this kind of, and I know the pandemic's not over, I'm not kidding myself about that, but we do talk about it being a post-pandemic world. And one of the biggest challenges in this post-pandemic world is procrastination. Don't do nothing, because doing nothing absolutely will achieve nothing for you. We do know that change is necessary. Change is inevitable. And in your data is going to be the pathway that will guide you to the change. So in Dubai, they're all talking about data and leveraging data. In your small business, you can do the same. That's what Tower Systems is here for. We are very much focused on helping you authentically and as much as you would like in your business to drive better business outcomes. Sure, we're a POS software company and we sell you software and we'll answer your technical questions. What I'm talking about here goes beyond that. I own retail businesses myself. Tower has done that since February 1996. We walk in your shoes in that sense. The challenges you have around how you use the software in your retail business to make business decisions are challenges we have today in our own 4 shops that we own and run. And the same is true online. And it's not just a matter of putting your key in the ignition and just turning it and everything happens automatically. This is stuff you've got to work out every day. And Dubai has reinforced the fact that our competitors are working on this aggressively. So I'm feeling very energized. I'm very keen for Tower to help as many small business retailers as we can. We only sell to small business retailers. We are not interested in selling to any big businesses. And so if you are a customer of ours, if you use our POS software and you want to ask yourself, what can the software show me today that I don't know? Then I'm very happy for you to ask us that question because we'd really love to help you with that. I hope the video has been useful and thanks for watching.